Whoops. Hi, everyone. How are you? So today is March 10th, 2025, and I'm doing this live to do an unboxing of a new acrylic paint set that I got from Amazon. Now, this is my very first acrylic pen set. There's so many different types out there. It was a little bit overwhelming, as I'm sure it is for anyone. Anytime you're purchasing something new, like color pencils or anything else. And so I was overwhelmed at first as well. But then there was, but I noticed a lot of, like most all of the colorists out there doing these amazing pages, coloring pages, use this acrylic paints. And I thought, should I get this? I get that. They always seem so expensive, the good ones. I always had the white Posca pen, but I didn't commit to a full set until just now. But I found something a little bizarre happened in that there was a colorist who used the Arteco acrylic paint pens, and I liked them, and they were a good deal. So I said, "Oh, let me get those." And I ordered them, and they were delayed and delayed and delayed, and to the point where, when something's delayed and Amazon says, "Would you like a refund?" I said, "No, it's all right. I'll wait for it." But then I started thinking after the third delay, I thought, I'm not going to get this. And I looked on Amazon for the 60 colors for the Arteco, and it's not there anymore. Now they have a 48 color set and the 24 color set. They do have this new I think it's new 72 colors. So maybe they just phased out the 60 color set that I ordered. I'm supposed to be still getting it. We'll see. But in the meantime, I thought it's probably not going to arrive. So I looked on YouTube because, there's so many. I mean, you look through Amazon, there's so many acrylic paint sets, and you have no idea. I had no idea what to get. So I did look at another YouTuber colorist who reviewed like a bunch of different acrylic paint pen sets, and she said they're all basically the same. So I thought, okay, well, that's a relief. So then I decided, well, let me just look for the best deal. And the best deal that I found was, where'd it go? Here it is, the TBC Best Crafts 108 colors dual tip acrylic paint. So this is the one that I got. Yeah, I believe it's a brush tip. So no shake or press. A lot of people say you have to shake the pens first. This one says you don't have to shake. I don't know. Yeah, it's got a brush tip. So it's got the 0.5 to 5 millimeter brush tip type they put. And yeah, and a fine tip. So you get a fine tip and a brush tip. So I said, all right, let me see, 108 pens. Now, I noticed that another marketing trick that they do with these acrylic paint sets is they'll say, 72 colors or whatever, but it's really only 36 pens. It's double-sided, right? There's two sides to the pens. It's double-tipped. So there'll only be 36 pens, but they'll say 72 colors because they're counting both tips, right? So it's a little misleading there. This one, I counted, it actually is 108 pens in this set. So it looks like this was the best deal. It's on sale, 40% off for $35. So I said, all right, let me get this. But I think I'm still going to be receiving the Arteco one that I originally ordered weeks ago. So then I'll compare the two for anyone who's interested, which I wasn't intending on doing, but I'm going to have to do now. I'm going to get two sets. But this is my first set of acrylic markers here, dual tip. I haven't opened it yet. I thought I would do an opening. I thought that might interest some people to see the unboxing and trying it for the first time. I do like another thing I really liked about it was it came in a case, a black, case. It doesn't have to be black, but I just love the idea that's already in a case. I don't have to pull it out of a box, and boxes fall apart after a while. So I thought I really like that. It was a good deal. Comes in a black case. I said, I'll take it. So TBC, which stands for the Best Crafts, is the name of it. And it looks like there's lots of different brands that come and go with acrylic markers, it seems. I don't know. You got all different kinds. Yeah. So that's the front. That's the back. Don't really see anything that's, I think, is of interest. Just a choking hazard, small parts. Not under for children under 3. Everybody here is over 3 years old, right? If you're under 3, you don't stop watching. There we go. So, okay, so got it unwrapped. Oh, came very quickly. Down here, the zip. Zips all the way around. Got a little pocket in the front there, one side. So when you open it up here, oh, they come right out. They're not sewn in there. So you can just take one whole thing out. These are the colors here. And they give you a color chart that's filled out already for you. So you don't need to do your own, although you probably should anyways. And it has they're numbered. And it tells you which side is the brush tip and which side's the other tip. Okay, the numbers are on the top there. They're a little difficult to read, but you can make it out. Just squint your eyes there. So there's the blues. Oh, that's interesting. So it's not your usual pencil case where you flip it page by page. There are like 3 slots here. You can pull them in and out. It's very convenient. A great variety of colors. You can imagine, look at those browns and skin tones there. Yeah, so good deal. Yeah, so let's try these out. No directions otherwise that I saw. If I look at on the Amazon page, it says made for professional grade acrylic paints, vibrant colors, fast drying, strong coverage. Now, okay, on the Amazon page, it does say shake the marker before use to ensure. So, a little bit of a conflicting message there because they're shake before use. It says. So I guess you always shake them before use. I guess common sense, right? Versatile, etc. But it was a little misleading because over here it said no shake press. So get 2 different messages. I think they're supposed to be shaked, right? Yeah, if you use acrylic paint pens, let me know. Any tips or advice you give to a newbie at this? I'm definitely a newbie at acrylic paint sets. I've been watching other coloring channels and they show that some of them use like a paintbrush, a little bit of water, and they can spread out the paint a little bit more and it makes really nice gradients and whatnot. So yeah, so this is exciting. All right, so I'm going to test these out. They look great, very well secured in the bag. And I think the advice that I've seen from other colorists is you want a light, medium, and dark. So I'm going to practice on this sheet over here. I've got some extra scrap paper here. I can use this on a cardstock. And I'll do some of these little leaves. So I'll use 3 different colors. I'll pick a light green over here. So when you see the number on there, you can barely see it, but it says 405. So when I look up 405 here, it tells you the name. So it's grass green. This is grass green over here that I picked out. The name's not on there, I don't believe. Yeah. Yeah, there's no the name of the color is on the sheet, not on the pen. So I'm just looking at the caps and going by that. 418 is tea green. And then I'll go for a deep green, which is 424. So then I can just pull this out and look at the tops. Where the deep green is. Let me see. Maybe it's over here. So you can easily see the numbers. Just look at the tops. All right, so this is deep green. I thought it was like a brown color, but it's a deep green. Oh no, it's 413. Oops, wrong one. They're individual. They're not like some cases you have a few in one elastic. This is one elastic for each one. That's keeps it neat. All right, this is 424. All right, so I'm gonna try these 3 greens out. See how they look. Okay, they roll all over the place. So I don't feel anything when I shake. There's nothing in there, going back and forth. Like sometimes you hear a little ball go. I don't hear anything shaking back and forth in there. So I don't know if it's making much of a difference, but let's see. We'll use the brush tip. Okay. I cannot put the cap on the back there. It's put on the sides. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh yeah, it comes right out. It's coming right out very easily. Okay, great. And I'll try the tea green. Zoom in a little bit. The colors are very bright and vibrant. Like they said, I noticed that a lot of colorists put the darkest color on first and the lightest on last, which is like the exact opposite of what I do with watercolor, because I mainly use watercolor. So that's something I'm going to have to get used to. Reverse my way of painting with these. So this is like a deep green here, kind of a grayish green or brownish green there. What I love about the acrylic, though, is that, yeah, you can go right over it afterwards, whether it's dark or light, and it shows right up there on top. So you can go in and put your little designs on there. You put little dots just for fun. And you put that light color, it just shows right up there. Yeah, these are working very well. Now I want to try taking a paintbrush, because I've seen others use a paintbrush to kind of smooth it around. So let me see here. I get some water here. Should I have my water ready here? Okay. There we go. So I'm going to take a little bit. I'll wet this brush. I'm just going to, I got a cheap brush off Amazon. They can get these cheap brush sets for like $3. So I'll wet it a little bit. Damn. Now I'm going to try mixing it with the water, see if that does anything. Maybe dried already. Did it dry already? May have dried very quickly. Let me see. I'm going to put some color on there and see if I can add water to it and smooth it around. I'll put some green, the tea green there. Now, immediately after, I'm going to go in here with a little bit of water. All right, I can get a little bit loosened up there. Okay. Yeah, okay. So now I'm getting a little bit more of a gradient there. Look kind of watercolory there a little bit. That's nice, right? But you got to do it quick. I think that once this dries, like I'm putting water on top of this is a wet brush, and it's not budging. So if you want to add water to it, you got to do it right away. This dries very quickly, which is great. Under normal circumstances, I guess, but if you want to add a gradient to it, and you want to put some water in there, you got to work fast. Okay. Oh, and I want to cover the black line, don't I? It's one of the greatest things to do, to cover that black line. Let's see if it covers up the black lines here. I don't know, I'm still seeing the black line there a little bit. It's not completely covering it. Yeah. I don't know if this is how regular, if this is normal, or if this is, I've heard some colorists say that some colors will cover the black lines better than others. So I don't know if this is a normal to look like that. I mean, it covers it. It does cover it, but it's just I can still see the black line. Let me see. I've got my white Posca pen here. I think this white Posca pen a long time ago. Now, when I shake this, I can hear it. You can hear the ball in there. Let me cover the line with this. See if it's. I usually have to put a couple of layers on to really cover the black lines. So, yeah, I guess it's the same with all the acrylic paint pens. You got to put a couple of layers on there to really cover it, to completely cover the black lines. Let me see. Yeah, okay, so I'm putting a second layer on it, and now it's completely covering the black line. Okay, so it does do it with a couple of layers. Okay, that's much better. Now I'm not seeing the black line. Very, very faint. Yeah, I like that. It covers it very well. Let's see, I'm gonna try the brush again. So if anyone has any other tips besides wetting it with a brush, damp brush, or how do you use these acrylic paint pens? So I think I'm going to be using this on my coloring book. I'm going to try. I've been working on a page. I've been using gelatos. I think I might try adding some of this. So some acrylic paint. So let me see. I'm going to try one more leaf. So I'm going to start with the darker color first. That's the marker tip. I use the brush tip. I really like the brush tip. It's very smooth. Feels great going on. And the brush tip really does cover all the black lines in the middle. You can't, it completely covers those black lines there very well. I'm going to put the whites, so sort of mix that a little bit with the whites. I mean, with the light color. I'm going to grab the paintbrush real quick, see if I can get in there and blend it together a little bit. Yeah. So I'm going to make it even lighter so I get a real gradient going. So yeah, I think this works really well. I like mixing it with the water and see how light I can get it as well. Kind of make some gradients if I can. Let me see, I want to add a little more this color on. I'm using a really wet brush now. The color, a little darker. Yeah, if I rub it a little bit, it does pick up the dried clear to get a little more gradient looking. If I want, I mean, of course, I don't have to do gradients all the time. I just wanted to see if I could do that as well as using it. But I think most people, it seems, use like this. They'll use a dark color bottom and then use the next lightest color. The dark color kind of looks very gray looking, so I don't know if I should have gone with that for a dark. But I do some swatching with these, so it'll take some practice for me to learn how to blend these well. Going in with my brush again. That's interesting. If I go over it, just cover the whole thing. Sort of. Yeah. I don't know. I gotta work on this gradient, doing the gradient look. Others make it look so easy. I have to work on my color choices here. So yeah, but that is bright, vibrant colors. They work very well right out of the box. And yeah, so I will have fun using them. And again, if you have any tips or tricks that you like to use with the acrylic paint pens, I do recommend these if you're, from what I can see, anyways. And I will come back and I get the Arteco and maybe do a comparison. So there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day.